Thank you, bro.
Arson in California is a serious crime, Cody. Forest fires, you go down for.
It's only if you get caught it becomes a crime.
You got 2 strikes, buddy. Next one's life.
I'll just get Ethan to
Cody's my best friend now, dude.
Do you know that? Do you know the California law, the 3-strike rule?
Is that in California? I know about it.
It's only in California. This is where it originated. So,
For real?
if you get 3 felony arrests of a certain level, you go to jail for life. So he's on strike too.
No. It's violent felonies, and I'm not a violent felon.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes because 3 felonies. That's crazy.
No, it has to be violent.
He's already got like 6. He just did 3 or 2 in L.A. in California. I have a bunch too. So we just went yesterday to the fingerprint place. I wish I could send you the picture, but
I have the picture I can send to Oscar.
Where'd you guys go?
I got my felonies expunged.
Oh, you got him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Right after
Congratulations.
your show,
Congrats.
he took me. He stayed on top of me.
Are you trying to
I
do
already
that?
did it. I'm the one that stayed on.
Oh, you're expunged.
Yeah, I'm expunged.
So they can't get him if he's expunged.
I could just start over. I can get them, but now I just start over.
Yeah, the
3
count
new
restarts.
strikes,
3 new
baby.
strikes, you
Yeah.
know?
Look, we're starting fresh.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
I'm willing to get a strike for Ethan.
That's
I
my
burned down a
dog.
podcast
So,
studio. First offense.
We're
slap
like
on the
this
wrist.
now. It was just a
He's my best friend,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
We're going to be
Watch
closer
it.
than anybody in here.
Watch
You got
it.
any enemies you want us to fuck with?
No, actually, don't say it on
I'll
this
say it off
live
the air.
podcast.
I'll say it off the air. I'll give you some names.
You know, on the low.
Yeah, I like this.
The whole goal is not to get caught.
Yeah, that's true.
Is prison horrible?
It, obviously, it's horrible because you're confined and your loss of your freedom and you're being told to go to bed and when the shower. But it's like a hangout.
It's not really like a. It's
You
not
just
the
go
people
to
you.
school, you get a job.
It's
I
not the
actually have a
people-
photo I could show you that I posted on the internet.
It's not the
today.
people you want to hang out with though. It's the dumbest, like the worst people.
Well, not federal prison, because federal prison you're actually with masterminds like doctors, lawyers, politicians.
Oh, the white collar guys, the doctor, the, like,
high profile.
You send the picture. You
High
were with them. You were with the gang members.
You're friends
Fucking
with doctors
alcohol.
in prison?
Well, you think about doctors, they end up going to prison because they overwrite prescriptions or some type of wire fraud or
Molesting a client.
that's state prison. Yeah,
They separate the sex
that's
offenders
state?
because they'll get killed.
So wait, how do you?
Well,
how
it
do
only
you-
becomes federal if you're like molesting people in different states.
Oh, so you have to be a really prolific.
Or you have to
predator.
be like a super
You have to
predator.
be like the king of that shit.
What?
But the thing is, they house them separately because when you go to prison, it's very frowned upon to do anything against women and children and elderly people.
Right.
Like
That's a good code.
They will check your paperwork and they will physically put harm.
They'll hurt you
They kill
or kill you.
Yeah, you can't do anything to women, kids.
Whoa.
yeah.
Why?
Why? Because, bro, what are you talking about?
I mean,
What are you
that's
talking
a-
about?
well, that's
Would
a-
you want somebody touching your
Live,
kid?
live,
No,
live,
I'm
we're
kidding.
No,
live.
but
Right,
that,
Ryan.
that's a good point because if you're gonna do a crime, I mean, they're probably the easiest targets.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't want to do nothing to no kid.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't know
Fair
right or wrong. Yes
That's
or
what you
no.
said, by the way.
I was just no, I was curious why.
Right.
I was curious
Yeah,
as to why.
You
That's
says
all.
why no molest kids?
We're live. We're
man.
live.
We're alive. Let's take a Coke Zero break.
What's the longest you've served at one time?
39 months.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
I
long
caught
time,
extra
man.
5 months because I got caught. I gave the picture to Oscar right now, and they will put it. I used to have a phone in jail. You see, prisoner. And guess what? There was another phone taking a picture of me with this phone.
So is
So I
that,
had 2 phones.
is that contraband?
Yes.
Hell yeah! He got 90 days.
And the
added
thing is,
on
why?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
for getting caught with it, and he got caught 3 times.
The thing is why I had 2 phones, right? Because like prison people tend to get jealous. So you would have to like have another phone to make people happy. Like, oh, here, you guys could use that one. But I had my own separate one
Smart.
because sometimes people do like drug deals off of phones and stuff off the outside or hits. So whatever the phone they confiscate, I could get pulled into an investigation and you
yeah.
could get recharged. So I was smart. I kept everybody happy, didn't get told on, and then had an extra phone
That's
for myself.
street smarts.
Yeah, and I sold soups.
You
and
sold soup?
It's like soups.
How do you get that shit in?
no,
well-
they have it in commissary.
Well, they have the soups and everything compensated, but they got weed and phones in prison.
How did they get?
Because remember I told you about the fire camps? So a lot of people, they
Oh.
throw them over the fence on the low-level yards, and or they do drone drops or the...
Drone drops?
He called me one time. Now, Look, when
also
he went
staff,
away,
staff. bring
Yeah,
it in.
yeah, the
staff,
yeah.
police,
Yeah.
police. Prison's very corrupt. Like
The police
the
there are
police will
just-
come in. They're like, oh, if you guys want to fight, make sure you do it in the beginning of my tour, so I could write the paperwork. Just don't kill each other.
Oh, they don't give
Ethan.
a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They're in the back of the office. They're having sex with each other. You wouldn't think your spouse.
I hear
the
that-
corrections
Yeah.
officers are fucking.
I hear that happens a lot.
Are you gonna think that your spouse is cheating on you inside an institution? No, they're in the back office banging,
Dude, I've heard
eating,
that.
got their
Yeah.
feet up, chilling. It's like a hangout. It's the easiest pay. They come around like, all right, guys, put your phones away.
Is it dangerous for them though?
Honestly, in California, the correctional officers have a lot of control because they go to the prison's really racist in California. So they segregate whites, blacks, and Mexicans.
How segregate how?
Racial.
Like you mean, but like they organize themselves that way?
No,
or-
it's
Yeah.
the
The
inmates.
police do
The
that.
inmates. It's an old school
yeah, yeah.
mentality, but the police use it to their advantage. So
The second you check in, they go, what race do you roll with?
Yeah.
You roll white.
Who asked you that?
the inmates.
The inmates.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Well,
they,
no, the cops do. They
Oh,
put
cops.
me. They were
They
like,
put you
"You're
in the
white,"
tank, yeah.
and I was like, "I guess I'm white." And
Yeah.
then they were like, "All right, you're with the Woods," and then they put me in a room full of all these white crackheads. I had nobody cool to talk to, and
That's crazy.
Yeah,
the
it's-
worst.
So wait, which part were you a part of?
I roll with the whites, where we're allies with the Southsiders, which is a gang of the Mexicans.
Hispanic.
Because there's actually a northern, which are called norteños, and they roll with the blacks. It's super racist and super small-minded. It's like a lot of people are cool, and and there's a lot of hardship that you could see with people. Like they have messed up stories. Like there are some good people, but mostly people that are in prison did something to get there. But there is some innocent people.
a lot of people are in there. They just got.
Or
the
you
wrong
got
guy.
railroaded, like me, like you think when you go to trial, right? It's not like you could just get on stand and tell your story. It doesn't work like that. They ask the questions, they call the witnesses, they paint the perfect picture. So sometimes they could be like, all right, you could say this, but you can't say that. We don't want the jury to hear that, or we don't want them to see that evidence. It's all up to the discretion of the judge. And they basically like fillet your whole story just so like, oh, take the plea deal. Because like I said, prison is a business.
Yeah.
And
Would you like to hear the trajectory of our relationship as I went from drug dealer to social media, whatever, and he went to prison?
So you guys have been
And then-
friends from
And
childhood.
then we'll get into you again because I feel like we've been talking.
I
a
am.
lot.
I love this story, but you guys are friends since.
I know Jeff
Childhood,
since
or-
he's 13 years old.
Okay.
So we grew up in the
Yeah.
same Staten Island, New York. It's a good family orientated place, but it was like everybody was just like preying on each other, selling drugs to each other, driving leased cars, living in their parents' basement.
Hooliganism.
Hooliganism.
Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, did y'all get into like crime together?
Well, he's like 4 or 5. What are you? 4 years older than me?
I'm
Or-
like 5 years older. So the thing is, I always knew Jeff. He was like my little homie, and he was in the neighborhood. We all
I
knew
cut
mutual
everyone's
friends,
hair,
cut
so I knew
everyone's
everyone.
hair.
Oh.
And then Jeff moved to Miami. That's when we like really started like hanging out. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna come visit you in Miami. And then I came to visit Jeff in Miami.
Remember, we're live. We're live. So I mean, whatever. It's so far behind.
So far, so good. But
And then after a couple times we party in Miami a bunch of times, and Jeff's like, oh, I'm living in California now. I'm selling weed. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm
Nice.
coming to sell
Now
weed
that-
with you.
I needed a right hand man on the
Yeah.
other side to intercept and just help me with everything on the other side.
so you guys were in business together.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
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 In Minecraft.
Yeah.
So now so now I get a place at 1600 Vine, and that's where all the Viners start coming, and I'm using that as my trap house.
Did you
Allegedly.
do that intentionally, knowing that there was?
No, I just
Good
thought it was
business
like
there?
it was a nice
Wow.
building. I had a penthouse there. We were using it like it was like a factory, like a conveyor belt that just pounds of weed coming out, getting packaged up.
Wow.
And Cody was loving it out here in LA so much that he just stopped doing all the stuff we needed to get done in New York, and he was just hanging out in LA all the time. We got caught up partying. He went down a real dark path, real fucked up on drugs. He was a mess. He was a real
kind of
piece of
drugs?
shit.
Look, let me tell you
Everything.
something. Nobody plans to get addicted. I didn't go out and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get addicted to drugs and alcohol." That wasn't my mentality. We were making a load of money. We were going out. We were buying tables. We were drinking. Drinking's a norm in society, right?
Yeah.
It's like what we do for fun. Oh, let's go watch the game. Let's go party. And eventually, this constant lifestyle became full blown. I didn't want to leave it. I would go out and I'm like, oh, we're gonna go here tomorrow. Why would be out?
They got to a point where we were like so just done with him because he was such a maniac. Just drink. He would wake up, smoke 2 blunts, take 2 Adderall, snort coke, and that was just more.
You
like
were just
breakfast.
in
Look,
on everything.
this is me at 27.
For real?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Oscar.
He looks like he's 50.
Wait,
there.
what the fuck?
That's what
No,
drugs.
you look like
That's what drugs and alcohol do to you, man.
Wait, your hairline is different.
Oh, because I used to have this long man bun ponytail because we were joking around. Jeff was cutting my hair.
I made him look like Pablo Escobar.
Oh, you did that to him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it would look if we gave him that like.
That hair doesn't help.
So I became this
Character.
real big character. I felt like I was it, and I was just like, I was just making poor decision making. You know, I wasn't. And then I was listening.
Look
to
at you! You look like you're fucking
That's nuts,
a 60-year-old creep there. So at that point, we wanted nothing to do with him. We were like, all right, Cody's like gone down a bad path. It's only a matter of time before he's in jail. There was this Halloween party going on, and we all dressed up as like Mexican gang members with like the cholo things. And from New York, like you don't see a lot of that, so it seemed like a costume. But out here, it was just like racist.
Not funny.
It was like,
Or
or they actually just thought we were gang members and they didn't want to let us in the club.
Yeah.
But whatever, we get in the club, we're avoiding Cody at all costs. He finds out where we're at, shows up to the club, comes to our table, starts slamming the bottle of his peach Ciroc. He throws up in his own mouth,
no.
and then he chugs it back down with the Ciroc again,
he
drinks
didn't.
it back.
Oh,
He's just such a
shit.
scumbag.
That is next level.
Yeah, I was doing like
So-
a lot of Adderall, Coke,
Whoa.
Xanax, Molly.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have
ecstasy.
died.
No, I used to go to bed sleeping with my heart pumping out of my chest.
That's
Yeah,
how
he
you
almost,
die.
He almost died
And I
a
used to
lot.
like get a lot of hallucinating, like cocaine, cytosis. I would, because I had the cops after me, and then I had some street enemies after me at the time.
So-
Because drug dealing gets like real deep, like you know.
But can I finish the Halloween story?
Yeah.
So now we're like, all right, let's get the fuck out of this place now. 'Cause Cody's here causing. He smacked like a bouncer there or something outside, caused the whole scene. We're all looking over like all this commotion. Of course, it's Cody in the center of it. So like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. So we're all going to leave now. Cody's now in the car somehow. He's driving. He pulled up, blasting music, rap music. He's like, yo, get in. We don't know any better.
Yo,
I'm
in.
drinking at the time, too.
Oh,
We
man.
get in. We get in the car, right? He crashed that fucking car about 90 seconds after.
No.
Now he starts
Oh,
shit. Running. He starts.
What was the crash? What did you guys crash into?
Just hit into like
I
a barrier.
crashed a brand new Mercedes GL 550 rent-a-car at the time. I crashed into another car with a guy and woman. I'm
Like
like,
rear-ended them?
no, full took off
T-bone?
the whole engine.
Oh shit.
They were completely fine, but he decided.
for that.
He decided.
Yeah,
he
thank
knew
God,
that.
Thank God, I'm happy I didn't, because I would be in jail for the rest of my life, and,
Yeah.
and I would feel guilty that somebody
Yeah.
lost their life behind decision
Yeah, that
making.
would've been
So
horrible.
he
So
knew
don't
exactly.
drinking guy
yeah,
drive.
But now he's in that street. Just hit this car. He's like, "Fuck it! I got to get out of here. We got to run now." You know?
Yeah.
So, but the wheel fell off the car. We're missing the. There's only 3 wheels on the car now.
Jesus
So now the
Christ.
car's scraping, and
Oh,
we're
you're
like
taking off with one wheel.
3
Yeah.
wheels on the car. The car's like, I'm like, yo, we gotta fucking stop.
Yeah.
Pull the car over. Let's just deal with this. Like, just run or something. Leave the car here because he was drunk. He was gonna go to jail anyway.
So you're like, we'll stay, you run.
He says to me, he's like, yo, I'm too fucked up. Jeff, take the wheel.
Oh shit.
I'm like, yo, I'm on probation too, you dumb fuck. This wasn't my idea. I'm not taking the wheel.
Take the
So I
wheel.
get out of the car, and now the cops pull up
Oh,
immediately.
shit.
They grab him. They tell all of us, just get the fuck out of there. We all leave. Somehow a miracle happens where somebody gets shot dead about 3 blocks away.
Whoa.
So all cops have to
It was a
tend to
gang
that.
shooting.
A gang shooting.
Oh wow.
Because on Halloween night they do gang initiations where, like, I guess somebody, I don't know, I'm not a gang member, but I have heard stories like where people have to prove themselves and they have to do shootings.
So this person, there's a shooting. Cops all have to immediately tend to that. DUI, whatever. This is priority. So they let him go.
They let you go.
The sheriff opens the door, right? I'm on the phone with my sister. He's like, you got 15 minutes to get somebody here to pick you up and get the hell out of here. And I was like, oh, perfect. I called my boy Max at
That
the
is
time came pick me up in
insanely
an Uber.
I thought we were never gonna see him again.
Yeah,
I thought he was
Holy
done. There
it's
was
not
no
over.
way.
It's not over. I ended up going to Jeff's house. I was so
He
excited.
comes back.
You were like, what the fuck?
He comes back to
shows
my house, but he left the keys in the car because we ran, so he didn't have the house keys, so he couldn't get in the house now.
Okay.
And thank God, I don't want nothing to do with him at all. You know, I'm done with this guy. I've been done with him. I didn't even want him to come to the
That's
Halloween party.
crazy that he
showed
shows up like that,
Then I
though.
hop in the car with him because I'm a little drunk too. I was drinking. That's back
Yeah.
when I used to drink too. So I wasn't perfect myself. But now I get home to my house and the whole fire department's there in my hallway and everything's white. Everything's been doused with fire extinguishers. So I think like some freak accident happened here. I see Cody peek out from behind the wall, like looking like Albert Einstein with his hair all white.
Right.
And he's like, "Yo, Jeff, do they know what happened? Like, who the fuck did this shit?" I'm like, "Who the fuck did it? You're covered in the white
Wait,
shit."
you scared? What happened?
I was so excited. I got out of the DUI. I ran up and down the hallway with the fire extinguisher,
Oh my
spraying
god,
it.
bro!
The Los Angeles Fire Department came to the building and stuff.
You're like the Tasmanian devil.
Just covered in
Chaos
white.
everywhere.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
chaos.
That's a crazy night.
That's just one night.
And then like about a week later, I had a talk with him. We met up at a Starbucks. I was like, "Yo, you need to clean your life up, otherwise you're gonna end up in jail for a long time." He didn't listen. He ended up in jail for a long time.
So
And
what did you get busted for?
Probation violation.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was already on probation. I was on probation too. That's why I'm like taking the wheel. I'm on fucking probation too.
Yeah.
Like, so he goes away, and then
But
finally, like throughout that time, I become a internet celebrity, and he's watching me on the phone in prison,
oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's calling me up, and he's like, "Yo, like we're all watching your shit in here. Like this is crazy." And he's like, "Can you get a drone? And can you get
Holy
a sack
shit, bro.
and put a sack of phones in a bag and fly it in a drone? And can we fly?" He's like, "Does Oscar know how to work drones?" And I'm like, "We're not flying fucking drones into prison for you, bro."
Dude, that is awesome. But I wonder, at the time, I think now the technology is better, but I feel like it wouldn't be that risky.
No, we had iPhone 7 in prison at the time.
You guys were stacked with
they
the
were
new shit.
stacked with
Yeah.
new things. It was incredible. It was mind blowing.
How's the economics of that work? Like, who pays for like 10 phones? Because that's a lot of money.
Outside, you get your peoples to send like a PayPal or a Zelle.
It would be
or
me,
Jeff.
you know.
They send it
Yo,
to like a relative or something.
But then, how does he get you back? Because
gift cards, money. I could put money on his books, or
Okay.
or
No,
give me
there's
back.
no. It's donation.
they're just hooking you up.
They're just hooking you. If they love you, if people that take care of you in prison, or if you're in the hospital sick, are the real people that love you.
Okay.
Because that's who you really see who like really cares about you.
Mm-hmm.
You should try it. Go do a couple years.
Sounds kind of good. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
What's
Just
the
hanging
chat?
out.
How's the chat reacting to all this?
There's